Good guys, you're my Aries Tao here. It has been 3 weeks since I received this AD100Pro. Just want to share with you guys some of my experience using this fantastic light. The other day I was catching up with my longtime friend Akira for coffee. After the coffee, we decided to walk around the city randomly. Just decide to shoot whatever comes in our way. Just what I do with every single my photo shoots is I always give myself a little challenge, if that makes sense, to hopefully stimulate my creativity. The challenge I give to myself in this particular photo shoot is to create at least 2 different looks in the same location. So of course I started with trying without flash vs with flash kind of photos. As you guys can see, she's under the shade. The natural light looks quite beautiful already. The only problem is that her body is brighter than her face because some of the leaves on the top actually blocks out some of the ambient light. Then by adding a flash, makes her face pop and makes her skin glowing. Of course, leaning towards the flash image because I always believe if you get a light correct in the pre-production, it saves you tons of time in the post-production. So here's a cool lift, and the texture of the building on the left is amazing. The only problem is if I expose for the sky, Akira will be a bit dark in the image. So I added one AD100Pro on each side, bounce off the ceiling to make Akira stand out in the image. So AD100Pro is so small that I get to place the lights directly on the lift handle rather than using any light stand. You can use the color gel, actually comes with an AKR1 kit. But recently I've discovered the Ace A-11T color gel sets actually works out better for me. You see, you can easily attach the gel with the magnetic. So it's quite nice and easy. And because the gel itself is so thin, you can actually attach multiple gels with no issue. As you can see, it was cloudy then, so I added a flash to mimic a pocket of sun to make her hair stand out from the background. Because it's a forecast day, the light is coming right above and make her skin looks quite beautiful already. I purposely asked her to tilt her face up, so she wouldn't have any deep shadows under her eyes or nose. The face up pose works for Akira because she is gorgeous with all angles. Problem is camera angle lower than eye level doesn't necessarily work for every single person, especially for the people who has bigger jawlines. So I thought, why don't we try something crazy by placing a light under her nose as a fill light to get rid of the shadows. To me, the second image leaning more towards the fashion and the editorial look, and the catch light in her eyes makes the world of a difference. See, even we all agree that light from below is a dangerous thing to do, it does work from time to time, isn't it? Something I learned from my years of experience. Don't let people tell you what's the right or wrong thing to do. In photography world, you stick with your style and keep on experimenting around. Taking the risk is the most exciting part of being a photographer. So there are 2 coffee shops, one with a white background, another one with a black background. I thought it would be interesting to try how to lead for different background. Lots of you guys commented in my previous AD100Pro video asking how does AD100Pro dealing with a non-cast day. Since it was raining and cloudy for all last month almost, we were lucky to get some sun comes in today. Just so you guys know, the cloud coverage in this photo is about 55%, and I adapt AD100Pro on a 65cm softbox using S2 type bracket. So one image is white dress against the white background, more on the high key look. Another image is the white dress against black background, more at a low key look, which is more dramatic. Which one's your preference? Comments below and let me know. Another thing you guys may or may not notice I've been doing recently is that I keep on asking people to move during the photo shoots. The composition and the pose may not be perfect, but the risk I took often gets me the very natural face expression and very natural body gesture. I believe that's the golden nuggets of the image, to deliver a feeling of living in the moment. And of course, when Akira is moving, high-speed syncs comes really handy. So here are 2 images. But do comments below and let me know which one works for you. I love the repetitive chairs patterns in the image, so I thought it'd be really cool to do 2 shots here. So the first one is on the high key end, The camera setting is +1 stop, and I use AD100Pro as a fill light. And of course, to go with the vibe, I asked Akira to do some funny and quirky sort of expression, which is basically her personality. And then I did something crazy I usually wouldn't do. I include the light itself within the image. Because the light is so tiny, just like a candle, and it doesn't bother me to show it as part of the image. And of course, with the light being so close, I can completely underexpose the environment to have a dark and moody blue hour look. It is amazing how much difference we can achieve simply by changing the camera exposure. AD100Pro is small, but it is powerful enough to allow me to play around with two different looks. In the first image, I expose for the highlights, which is a sky, and deliver a blue hour look. In the second shot, I expose for the shadow, so that the architecture stands out a bit more. Which one works for you? Let me know how would you expose for the environment. Every photographer is a unique artist. We all have our own way to seeing and capturing the beauty of the world. I hope these two images at the same location personal project I did helps you with your own unique creative path. If you have time, you should definitely do some personal projects, have some fun, and keep your creativity going. Meanwhile, stay safe. This is Aries Tao from Sydney. I'll see you until next time.